Okay, we are live, recording the video.
Oh wow! Wait, so are people listening now, or
No, sorry, it's not live. That's wrong. We're live as in
oh,
it's recording.
okay, so people will
So
listen to this. So everyone's now just heard me being a bit about podcasts.
yeah, no, maybe I don't know. Anyway,
Hopefully,
hello. This is our first podcast. It's me, Intellectual Edits, and my friend who's called UKMapper. Look him up on
that's
YouTube.
me.
I feel
Yeah.
like our only demographic at the moment is our friends and our family. So I'd be surprised if you didn't know
Well,
us.
at the moment, it's just no one.
Yeah, that's true. No one's seen one of these
Yeah.
before. This could well be the worst thing you've seen in a while.
Yeah.
Right, it
In fact,
should
I
be
significantly
recording my
hope it is because
screen.
it's not going to be the best thing. So if it's the worst thing, at least that way we stand out.
Right, I'm going to share my screen with you, Billy, and
Ooh,
we'll get on to talking.
I'm not sharing my skin. I'm afraid I don't like sharing.
Right, so
That is the most minuscule screen I've ever seen. I literally can't see anything on it. Wait, if I click your name, does that? Oh, there we go.
that working now?
Yep, there we go.
Okay, so
All by myself.
today we've set up a tier list with some of my favourite and least favourite games of all time. Billy
Most
will
of
have
mine.
different opinions. Oh yeah, I've said your name now. Okay, everyone knows it anyway. It's sort of fine. We'll bleep it if we need to. So this is our first longer video. Normally me and Billy do shorter, sort of 5-minute videos. This will be more in depth, probably worse, less edited.
Yeah,
But
pretty much.
yeah, without further ado, let's crack on. The first one I think we should talk about is Wii Sports.
Definitely, I'd say that's S. I mean,
Well, it's a classic,
that
isn't it?
it's a classic. Yeah, I
They,
mean, I have memories of my every throughout
yeah,
my entire
so I
life,
used to
really.
go around your
Actually, of
house and play it, and that was cool.
yeah,
I used
I
to
was.
throw the controller at the TV with playing bowling. That was
Oh, yeah, oh, you were terrible at bowling. I was the champion of bowling.
yeah. What the
I
real thing
don't mean to
was the
brag.
perfect game, wasn't it? Uh,
Yeah, I got the perfect game once
I
in Wii
saw
Sports.
I saw a post the other day which was the world record, and it was this 86-year-old, and he got I think 90 perfect games in a row.
Bloody hell,
It's insane, but another thing that fascinates me about Wii Sports is Wii Sports was shipped with pretty much every Wii that was sold, and they sold 110 million units of Wii. So that means somewhere 110 million. Well, no, it won't be in one place, but 110 million copies of Wii Sports are out there, which is quite a lot. Yeah,
Yeah, I'd say that's S tier, just based.
yeah. S
On-
tier, memories, nostalgia, quality
Yeah,
game.
I'm not sure that's really a good way to be rating things based on
Nostal-
memory and
No, no,
nostalgia.
no. This is completely subjective because it's
Fair
our
point. Yeah.
reviews. Okay, let's move
Well,
on.
what we are is two pretentious teenagers rating games. We're not
Yeah,
exactly
yeah,
a good,
yeah. Let's just
not
check it's
exactly
still recording.
Metacritic. It's probably a good thing, actually.
Okay,
Right.
game two,
Shall we do?
Borderlands. Let's just go for Right, I haven't played much
Yeah.
Borderlands. Have you played much
Neither have I.
So I
No.
played a little bit. So one of my friends, who I will not name because I'm conscious of that, plays a lot of Borderlands and he loves it. And I bought Borderlands on a Steam sale because it was very, very cheap.
So did I.
And I think the gameplay was a bit dull. It was sort of too on rails for me. But from what my friends say, you have to get into it more. I think I needed to commit more time to
Yeah.
it. But
It
we
really when I played. Sorry, you're talking. I don't mean to interrupt.
no, no, no.
Oh, when I played it, it was it really felt like one of those games that you need to get into, but once you get into it, it'll be really good. So
Yeah.
I'd probably go with low
I'm
A
gonna put.
to high
Do
B
you want
tier.
C maybe?
C, yeah. C tier, yeah.
Because I think
Yeah.
it has potential. We're just too dumb to play it.
Pretty much.
Right.
I mean,
We'll
yeah.
move on. You can choose the next game.
Right. Okay. I'm going to choose one I've played a lot.
Okay.
Morrowind.
Morrowind. So,
Elder
Billy,
Scrolls 3 Morrowind.
you
So
have played this game considerably
I
more
have
than I
played
have.
it slightly too much.
Yes, you've got
Um,
hundreds of hours on it, don't you?
yeah. It's going to get worse when it gets to games like EU4, but um, already I've played too much Morrowind, and it's an amazing game. It's honestly one of my favorite
What about it
games
so
of all
good?
time.
Is it the open
So,
world? Is it the challenges? Is it?
well, it's just the fact that it really is a very unique experience that the game developers clearly put a lot of effort into.
Yeah.
And the sheer diffi- It's very hard to explain. I could get into loads of pretentiousness about this, but basically, the game doesn't hold your hand whatsoever.
Yeah,
It's
I've heard that.
it doesn't have
I've played
fast
a bit of
travel. But
Morrowind, which I did enjoy. I need to get into it again with sort of same as Borderlands, but I do want to get into Morrowind. It's supposed to be really good. And what I've
yeah,
heard is compared to Skyrim, it's not on tracks as much. You can do what you want to do, and I think
yeah, there's so much more freedom.
I think
You can
I think the freedom really bumps it
yeah,
up. So let's do
and
Skyrim and Morrowind at the same time.
yeah,
So should
but
we
also
put
about
A?
maybe
Should we put it
S
in A?
because it's
It's
I'm
no, no.
quite
What
with
about A?
your
Because it's
yeah.
let's just put it in A at the
I'm
moment.
quite fine
We'll
myself.
move it later
Yeah,
if we need to. If we, I
yeah.
think A just because I know this is a stupid thing, but the graphics and controls are a bit for a game
Oh, it
that's
doesn't have good enough graphics.
no, no,
Like
no,
Call
no,
of
no.
Duty.
But it's not about. I
Yeah,
like games that are stylized, like Nintendo games. Like we've already put Wii Sports up there. Like obviously Wii
yeah,
Sports isn't but like Morrowind is trying to have good graphics. If you know what I mean.
yeah.
It's
It did for the time, but now it kind of just
yeah, it
looks a
sort of
bit.
lags behind,
Yeah.
and the controls are janky.
That being said, though, the modding scene for Morrowind is
Yeah,
probably the best of any
if it was
game
modding, literally,
ever.
because yeah, the maps people make and the freedom the map, yeah, it's
Yeah.
insane.
Have you
And
heard of Tamriel Rebuilt?
yeah, yeah, the way
Yeah,
they add
it
in,
adds the entire mainland of
yeah,
Morrowind
that's
and
too
also the
much.
cities.
Right,
Yeah,
let's
I'm
move on
getting
to
into it too much.
Skyrim. Skyrim, I have not played at all. I'm assuming you
I have
have.
also played too much of Skyrim,
Have
and
you?
I thoroughly enjoyed it. Yes,
Would you say it's worse or better than, or the same?
I'd say it's slightly worse than
Should we
Morrowind,
put it in B?
but but it's definitely much more.
Well, it's such a meme.
I'd say it's also S. So I'd say it's a lot more. It's a lot more accessible than Morrowind. So
Hmm.
Skyrim's something you can just kind of pick up and play for an afternoon. Morrowind, you'll either not really be into it at all, or you'll get way sucked in. So I'd say Skyrim's probably either very very high B or low to mid A.
Yeah, let's just put. I think we should put it in B. It's your choice at the end of the day. I think
Let's put
Skyrim
it
at the
in.
moment it is graphically very impressive. The modding scene on Skyrim as well is
Yeah.
also impressive, but it is a bit of a meme, isn't it? Like,
Oh yeah.
it,
It's very glitchy and buggy.
yeah, it's super glitchy. So for that reason, we'll put it in B. Next game, I'm going to choose this one. Let's do one people we do not like, FIFA.
Oh, this is gonna
Right,
be a good
I
one.
haven't played FIFA 20. I've played FIFA '09 because I'm a
Well, I've
classy.
never played FIFA,
You've never
so
played FIFA.
yeah.
Now, FIFA is. I see if you really like football, how you'd like playing FIFA. But at the
I
end of the
really
day, why
don't
wouldn't you just play
play football.
play football?
Yeah.
Like, but with
I mean,
with driving games like BeamNG.drive, like I can't drive, so that's why I play the game.
yeah, and even if you could drive,
I wouldn't be able to.
BeamNG.drive, the entire thing's about crashing cars into everything.
Another thing about FIFA is
So,
it's made by EA, who absolutely
uh,
and they make you pay so much.
yeah,
I was
it's
I
just
was
not
yeah
very good
I was
development
watching a
team behind it.
podcast because lots of YouTubers obviously used to make a lot of money off FIFA, but they'd literally pay like $4,000 just to get the correct packs.
Are you kidding? Like
No, they'd literally put $4,000 into the game, and apparently it's really so you know the esports for FIFA is really bad because it's 1v1, so there's not enough money in it. So for that reason, we're gonna put you in F tier. Terrible game.
Exactly where you belong.
Right.
Right.
How about
So is that Ocarina of Time?
that is Ocarina? No. Yes. Yeah, it is. Sorry. No, what is that? Yeah, it is. It is Ocarina of Time.
Yeah,
Stop.
that's
Yes.
good.
I was thinking of Wind Waker. I was like,
So
no. Yeah, so that's the N64 version. I know you've played this. I saw you play
I
this.
played it on the 3DS mostly, but I played a bit on N64.
Yeah, so it's considered as one of the best games of all time. Metacritic puts it, I think, at 97. I think it might be the
Yeah, I
third
know, but
highest.
Metacritic is essentially just a bunch of pretentious old people going, "Why, yes, this game's the best in the world
No, yeah,
because of
I'm
the
not
fact
saying
that
I'm
it
not
has
saying I'm not saying
the
Metacritic's
artistic design here is
objectively
just
correct.
superb."
Yeah.
And all you pleb game players, you have no idea. I have a film degree.
Exactly. I was
Something
just
like that.
using it as a general base. I'm so sorry. No. But
Yeah, you should be sorry.
although Metacritic does view it high, and sometimes they can be wrong, it is an amazing game.
It is an amazing game.
And
We'll give them that.
gameplay, amazing. The time
Yeah.
it came out, around, did it come out before Mario 64? I think it might have.
Might have
No,
done, yeah.
because
It
Mario
was
64
very
was the first 3D environment, wasn't it? but it
Yeah,
was it
right.
was it was ahead of the game. People still use it. It's speed running, amazing. Where do you think we should put it?
I'd say S, yet again for the classicness of it,
S, yeah.
which also is not a
So,
good
see,
category.
I don't
It's,
actually
it's not.
I don't like Legend of Zelda games that much, but I haven't actually played it
Yeah.
that much. Breath of the Wild's obviously an amazing game. We haven't actually got that on our tier list. I think.
Okay.
Well, should we just use this to represent Legend of Zelda games?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's do that.
Yeah, it is an amazing game, ahead of its time, deserves the S tier. Right,
Yeah.
moving on.
Right.
You can choose
So
a game.
I'm gonna choose a game. That's what I'm gonna do. Um, I'm gonna go with Blade and Sorcery.
Blade and Sorcery. So this is our
Blade
first
and
VR
Sorcery.
game, virtual
It is
reality.
indeed,
Billy,
and
you
it's
own a
amazing.
very expensive quality VR headset. Do you want to explain more about that?
Right. So Blade and Sorcery is well, it's kind of what it says on the tin. Really, it's a VR game where you have, get this, multiple blades and multiple sorceries.
No one actually uses the sorcery though.
Yeah, no one uses the sorcery.
It's dumb.
And also multiple sorceries isn't grammatically correct.
It is
Um,
amazing. So I was just going to
it's
mention this. It's one of those games, we've talked about this before. It's one of those games where the gameplay is so
Yeah.
good, the mechanics are so good that it doesn't matter that the graphics aren't the best, that the
Yeah.
story isn't the best, that
Well,
there isn't
for
really a story.
VR, I'd say the graphics are some of the best I've
Okay,
seen.
to be fair, but I mean like the actual
Yeah.
the way it allows you to move around and
Yeah.
use weapons is so good that even though it's not like Boneworks or Half-Life Alex,
Oh
it
yeah, definitely not that good in graphics.
yeah, that's what I mean. But it's like it's just because the gameplay is so good. I've heard loads of people. So what's the pack that lets you use Star Wars things like lightsabers?
Okay, so that's called the I think it's, oh, I can't remember
It's
the
fine. It's
name now.
fine.
Wait,
You
no,
get
it doesn't matter. It's the Outer Rim.
the outer rim.
Um,
All right.
yeah. Right. So wait, shall I kind of explain how
Yeah.
mechanics work? So basically, Blade and Sorcery is the type of game that, full disclosure, it would not be any good if it were not. It's not got a story or anything like that. They're gonna add a story, but it's still very early access. But it's still one of the best games I've ever played because, as my friend here said, the gameplay is just so ridiculously good. It makes up for all of that.
Yeah.
It really, I guess there's a positive and negative thing. When you're beheading people and then beating their friends to death with their severed head and then throwing said severed head into a gorge, it really feels like you're actually doing that.
Yeah,
which is both a good thing and a bad thing. Yeah, it makes you feel like
I mean,
just
people aren't
beheaded
doing it in real
someone
life. They're doing it from that.
river.
But building on that about beating each other, like you can do what you want in their game. It's not like you can't do this. You can't. You can literally you can go up to someone, grab the head, and slap them until they're unconscious.
Yeah, my favorite thing is if an enemy comes out with you like a mace or a pickaxe style weapon or even a sword, you can just grab it and force them to stab themselves in the eye.
Yeah, okay, that's nice.
Really
family friendly video.
Yeah, family friendly video game, that.
Okay, no. So, VR games. Would you say? A tier.
I'd say
A tier is really good. A tier is like
A
tier, like the S tier is like best of all time. A tier is like amazing game.
Yeah, I think Blade and Sorcery has potential to become S, but it would need to have
a story, a campaign,
and it would need to be a fully fleshed out game, which isn't yet, but it probably will be eventually.
Yeah, I agree. Right, another game that
one
has amazing gameplay.
I'd say it's
the best.
Hilarious as well.
Yeah, this is quite a small game. Not it's definitely not mainstream. It is quite well known in the community because I think a few YouTubers did some stuff on it. But it's so basically the idea is you are this robot. It's quite low res, and you're put into this battle arena, and you have to fight.
Well, you're a human whose mind's been uploaded into a robot, and then you're forced to fight other humans.
Yes. Okay. Sorry for that. I need to be more precise. But it's amazing gameplay. There's a battle royale mode sort of thing. It's not really battle royale. It sort of is. But it's just a really good game. But it's something you can like sit down and play, and you'll get sucked in. You'll play for hours.
Yeah, and the commentary. So
yeah,
it's all set out as like a gladiatorial arena combat game, and the robots that commentate on the battle, they're so hilarious. It's
Yeah,
it's really
it's really well thought
kind
through.
of gem.
You can
Really,
see the
it's just a
developer, who I think his name's Dobro's
well,
Games.
his name's Eric, but his company's Double Rock. Yeah,
Yeah, but he obviously, you can see he's got a passion for it. Like he's always adding little bits, and it always make, like, he added the spear, and it just made the game a lot better. He added a new bit to the campaign. It was really good. He keeps like fixing bugs. He's made the gameplay smoother. I really think it's a game that has a lot of potential, but it's already good. If you know what I mean, like, it's
yeah.
already one of the best
It's
games.
gonna get better, and it's already amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
I
So
mean,
for that, I don't
yeah,
know. I feel like maybe S or A. I don't know.
I'd say S, just because
S is
it's just
such a
such a
good,
unique game.
but it's one
Like
of those
if it
games.
were,
It's like the only game here, I think, that isn't like super mainstream. Yeah, it
yeah,
is.
actually, wait,
Yeah,
pretty
it
much.
is.
Well, Morrowind's not that main. It was
Morrow,
mainstream.
Morrowind
Well,
is an Elder Scrolls game. Right. So for
but
that reason,
yeah,
it goes in S. Shout out to Eric or whatever his name was. So
Eric. I was
next game, you can pick it. You get to pick the next
Okay.
one.
I'm mostly picking games I like because I'm biased, but I'm gonna go with Europa Universalis 4.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
EU4, as most people know it.
that's how the cool
There's
kids
lots of
say
games
say
in
it. Yeah.
this style. You've got Hearts of Iron 4. You've got Crusader Kings 2 on a
Yep.
lower level of difficulty. You've got Civ. Are there any more games? It's
Yeah,
Stellaris.
Stellaris. Well,
Yeah.
Stellaris is kind of different, but it's
Yeah.
all. So Hearts of Iron 4, Crusader Kings 2, and Stellaris are all made by the
So
same company as
you've played
EU4.
all of these games. I've only played because you
Well,
introduced me into these.
I haven't really played Crusader Kings
Yeah. Okay.
2, but
You've played
yeah.
most of these games, and would you say EU4 is the best?
I'd say it's probably on par with Stellaris as being the best because
Yeah.
it just does what it does amazing. I I don't really like the company's DLC policy. They seem to be
No, that
quite
is.
out for money, but it's
Yeah,
impossible
so
to
for people that
deny
don't
they
know,
have made an amazing game.
EU4, which is the game we're talking about, has lots of different DLC. They have tons of DLC, but instead of the developers giving it for free, they make you pay a pretty penny, normally £2 to £5 for each DLC pack, which should, in theory, just be a patch to the game. It's the DLC packs aren't like game changing. You don't
Yeah.
get like a whole new game. You literally get like
This game,
a bug's fixed. Like,
yeah.
you can
I mean,
upgrade taxes. It's not clever.
and some of it's just really insulting. Like they made a
Common,
DLC, an expensive, the common sense DLC
yeah,
pack, which I mean, really,
obviously
it's
should
just
be in the game. Yeah, so
well,
for that reason, it's a good game. It's a bit scummy, and I'd say the online isn't the best. Like, the interface to get online is a bit dodgy.
but I've got like 1,000 hours in
Yeah,
it,
so
and it's a
A
really good game.
tier.
So
It would be S tier if
A
it
tier.
wasn't scummy.
Yeah, if it wasn't scummy, it would be S.
Right, Half-Life. I
Ooh,
haven't played
well,
much Half-Life.
I have some commentation on this that's
Okay,
going to
go on
make
then.
everyone
Go on,
hate me.
shoot.
Well, I am about to commit an internet cardinal sin.
Yeah, something
Right, okay. Here we go. I'm gonna come out. I don't like Half-Life very much.
I'm just gonna clip that and put "I'm gay."
Yeah.
Right.
No,
You don't like
I-
Half-Life? Yeah.
I do not.
Have you
I'm-
played Alex? Because you got that. Because you've got the Valve headset.
Valve Index, yeah.
Valve insect.
But I
Insect.
have played the Valve Insects.
Yeah. You can come with free bugs.
Well, yeah. I opened the box and it was just a giant cockroach in there. Just
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
about.
But
It's really fun.
you have got it.
Yeah, I've got it. I played it.
Yeah.
I didn't particularly like it, but
Right. So we've
it's
got
still an amazing.
we've got Billy's review on it. Obviously, everyone else on the internet, everyone else, no, lots of
Everyone
other people
else,
who enjoy it.
yeah.
I've known my brother really likes it. My dad really likes it. I play Half-Life Deathmatch, and with my dad. That's the saddest thing I've ever said. That's really good because it's an old school game. It's a good thing to play with old people.
I occasionally
like my
play
dad.
GoldenEye Deathmatch with my dad, so it's not that bad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, we're just equally sad. Okay, so Half-Life. So let's just use Half-Life 2 as the whole Half-Life series. They've been on top of the game. They are innovative. You're gonna have to say
They're
that word.
incredibly innovative with Half-Life 2.
It's amazing.
game,
But as we
but
said at
I
the
never
start,
played
this
it.
is a subjective list. Subjective.
Yeah.
And as I haven't played it, nor did I ever get into it. I've got the game. I did for a bit, and then I don't played it. Should we put it in C?
B, CT, yeah.
Yeah, C. I feel bad. We're gonna
I
get
put it in
slaughtered.
B, but I want to put it in C just to see if anyone like in
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
comments.
We're
Or,
just
oh gosh, just puts,
making YouTube beat.
right, you
Right,
guys,
here we
just
go.
not sending me death threats.
Right, you
Okay.
get to choose. Go on.
Right, okay. Oh, thanks. That's just helpful, isn't it, Ruben?
Yeah, I'm very helpful. Yeah, just checking.
Just
This is probably
checking.
just gonna
Just
delete all of
checking.
this, and we're just gonna be talking about this for ages. So.
Okay, let's go with Minecraft.
Minecraft now
Yeah. Now Minecraft is
amazing.
this is just going to be old news, but it's an amazing game.
It's been at the top of the game for so
It's been
long.
at the top for so long.
10,
We both agree it has to be S
10 plus
tier.
years. I'd say it goes in S tier, like just
Yeah.
above it. Like I know it's a nerdy game. It's like only losers, but that's not that much anymore because since PewDiePie started doing his videos on it, it's sort of come back.
Wait, did you do Minecraft videos?
Yeah, he started doing them. But Minecraft, there's like the way that the world is so simple. It's just blocks, but the possibilities in that world are almost endless. You see people on like the Psycraft server, Ilmango, Rayworks, doing absolutely amazing technical stuff. Then you got the other end, like Good Times with Scar or False Symmetry or Stress Monster, and they're doing amazing design. Yeah, and there's such a wide range of stuff you can do on it. It's just amazing how they fit that in such a simple world. Anyone can buy and pick up. You get the ideas of it, and they keep adding to it. They keep adding. It's an amazing game, and a good fact about it. Just going on a ramble now. I'm pretty sure even when Fortnite, which we'll talk about later, was at the top, Minecraft was at the top of its game. Minecraft still succeeding it. I can't say that word. Say it. Go. Succeeded it.
Yeah.
Superseded it. Is that the word?
Superseded
it. Yeah.
That's the word.
It's So I've had hours of fun out of it. I was literally playing it before we did this.
So was I.
Yeah. So you were on the same server. Another thing. Okay, you give your opinion on it. Go on.
Okay, so Minecraft. I mean, I'm kind of rehashing what everyone on the internet and what my friend here just said, but just the fact that there's so much potential for you to create in the game. You can do redstone, you can mine, you can craft, you can build, you can mine, you can.
No,
craft.
it is an amazing.
And just how the developers keep adding to it.
Yeah.
I mean, with most games, they get maybe if. Some games don't get any updates. Some games get maybe a year or two of updates. Minecraft's been continually updated for over a decade, and there's no sign of that stopping. In fact, there's signs of it increasing.
Yeah, it is amazing. Yeah.
That's not to say it hasn't gone through difficult times. Like there was a period between probably 1.9 and 1.12 where the game was in decline for a while because the updates got quite low quality. But then the game had a massive resurgence, so it's still in.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a game that everybody knows. It's a game at this point, not just a cultural phenomenon.
It literally is, yeah.
Really amazing.
Another thing about it, even though in 2000, I can't remember what year it was. It must have been around 2015.
2009, 2010. No, 2009 it was released.
Yeah, okay, but I think 2015, 2016 it was bought by Microsoft. Maybe a bit later than that.
Right.
But when I saw it was bought by Microsoft at the time, I thought they were going to get really scummy. But they've actually
they did on console edition, to be fair.
But you can make your own server. It's open. You can literally download a server, do a bit of port forwarding, and that's yours. They're not charging for that, which is amazing.
They have definitely left the Mojang studio to their own devices for the most part, which I think
they bought Mojang. Yeah, they bought Mojang, and then they.
Yeah, but they didn't smash.
It was amazing. It's amazing. Right, let's stop rambling on about Minecraft.
Right, let's show you SpawnX. Sorry, you have to actually short to choose, isn't it?
Spawn. Yeah, Spore. It's my turn, Billy, and of my own volition, I choose Spore.
Yeah. No. I subliminally.
No. It was definitely not you.
No.
Right, Spore. This was an older game. It came out on CD-ROM for the PC or your laptop. I remember being very young. It was a child-friendly game. My parents did not let me play any Call of Duty or harsh games like CS:GO, thinking that it might have negative side effects on my young brain, which has been proven wrong, but we're not going to go into depth in that
I
because
mean,
that's a
yeah, I mean, the
different
side effects are already. I mean, his brain was already
Yeah,
like
true.
that.
Yeah,
So, I mean, the
I'm gone
game's
already. I'm not too late.
Yeah.
It's too late. But sport is amazing. I think
Yeah.
it has some downsides. Such
Yeah, well,
uh
I've a lot to say about
right.
sport.
Can I say? I'll say my because I get to choose this one, so I get to say it.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Oh no, you got to say the stuff first on. I got to say first on Minecraft. Yeah, you go first on this one. I'll let you get the good points. There you go.
You'll let
I'll
me
let
get
you.
them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
you'll
let
let
you
me.
on
Yeah,
my podcast.
I'll allow you to
My
do it on my
podcast.
podcast.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll let you.
Because I'm such a graceful person, you can do it on. You can go first on my podcast.
Exactly.
Right, okay.
I'm gonna stop
So
you going first. Yeah.
he's gonna cut me off.
Yeah, exactly.
But okay, so I didn't play sport when I was young when it came out. I think the game came out in 2005, so I was
Yeah,
2 years
around
old.
that. Yeah,
Yeah, it might have been 2009. Either way, I was too young to play to know it existed.
yeah.
Um, so I first played it when I was probably around 10 to 11, or maybe 9. I don't know, around then. So I loved sport because it was nothing like I'd ever seen before. The it was just I'd never played a strategy game before. I'd never played space exploration games before. So my love of sport might have been influenced by the fact that I just didn't have anything else to compare it to
Yeah, I got the same because
because I was
yeah,
naive young
it was
kid.
like one of your first
Um,
games, and it's an amazing game, so you get like the double
yeah,
whammy.
it was Minecraft was my first game, then it was sport.
Well, you got Wii Sports, mate. You forgot about Wii
Oh yeah, I
Sports.
know.
Oh man,
Wii Sports.
God.
Um,
Dis-
but yeah, I guess Wii
disrespect.
Sports was first, but sport was just something else. It was pretty much every type of game rolled into one. It was a creature creation game. It was a strategy game. It was a space exploration game, which I still think is one of the best in its genre
Yeah,
for doing so.
yeah,
Um, and I've always been fascinated by things like biology and especially by space. So it and strategy. So it was just everything I loved compiled into one game, and I played it quite religiously for ages. Conquered an entire arm of the galaxy. Uh, Completed it,
yeah,
and I looked at some reviews of the game, and they were surprisingly negative.
yeah. It's just
And
it's
that's because sorry, I'm talking
yeah, no,
crazy.
no, no,
You
no,
can tell me stuff from.
carry on.
Um, but basically, it was then when I learned that you know how we're talking about EA regarding FIFA.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, they'd actually previously bought the studio for
yeah. What's it
that
called?
created sport called
Matrix,
Maxis.
Maxis,
Maxis.
Maxis.
And they EA kind of butchered the game. So whilst it is an amazing game,
Yeah,
it could have been better.
if
But EA basically rushed its release and kind of then destroyed Maxis Studios, which is quite sad in my
because
opinion.
it's
Because
amazing. Yeah, they obviously
yeah,
had some
it's
very
still
talented people.
really a brilliant game though and worth playing.
Yes.
Yeah,
Right.
but that's
I'll say my bit on it. I
yeah,
agree with a lot of what you say, Billy. I'm going to be slightly more negative. I'm going to start off with my positives, and my positive is it's the best game of giving you scale. You really, really feel like you've achieved something. You start as this tiny microbe. You literally start as
yeah,
nothing, and you end up conquering the universe. And that gives you like such a sense of power and authority and like progression. It makes you think you've done something. It's quite nice to have in a video game. Sometimes you're like, oh, I'm wasting my time. But in this one, you were like, yeah, I feel like I've done something. It's fun in the process as well. I'd say that it also was a forerunner for a lot of game style. This blobby, like
yeah.
polygony texture
Well,
with the
Stellaris was
exactly
massively influenced by
exactly.
sport. You can
So
easily see it.
massive
Yeah.
games have been influenced. I think the style of it and the colors have really influenced a lot of games.
Mm.
I think the downfall of this is some of the stages. Obviously, it was made for children, and I think, as you were saying, EA bought it, they rushed it, and it's not as polished as it could be. So you
Yeah,
get
I
stages
mean,
like the tribal stage
tribal
or the
stage.
world.
Oh,
Is it called world stage?
so there's cell
S-
stage, which is the
Yeah,
beginning.
cell.
Then there's creature.
Yeah.
Then there's tribal. Then civilization
Okay, so
stage.
so I think
Space.
tribal and civilization, and then the space on there, are so poorly made. They're poor. They're
Yeah.
not. They're the least tribal. You don't do much. You just walk around. Civilization, you
Tribal.
can win in 2 minutes. Literally
Yeah.
2 minutes.
Civ stage is basically just create ships with massive damage and have aircraft destroy everything.
Yeah,
It's it's not bad civilization stage, but tribal stage is just not very fun because it takes so long, and it's so boring, in every way.
Yeah, yeah,
And yeah, it's
yeah,
just stuff
yeah.
you have. It's busy work
Yes.
really.
So for that reason, I think it's got an A, because it's not quite. It's not.
For that
No,
reason, it's
not for
got
that
an A
reason.
tier.
For
After
the
it's had a massive run to
it would
that.
be S, but I think we're gonna have to put
Yeah,
it in A because it's not as polished. And actually, I
yeah,
might put it in B because EA screwed it.
yeah. I don't like EA very much.
Right, that's fair. Yeah. Right, we're gonna take a quick break. Hope this has been recording properly. We'll check that out, and we will be back after that break with our sponsor that's already got us. Okay, see you then.
I forgot your
Hello,
words.
we are back. Hope you enjoyed the break. Did you get a coffee? Hope you didn't. Caffeine's bad for you. Don't drink that, you know.
Are we doing an anti-drugs PSA now?
Yeah, don't take drugs,
Yeah.
kids.
Stay
Okay,
in school.
stay in school. Don't actually we can't. Don't stay in school. Don't stay in school for a reason we can't say because we'll
Actually,
get
yeah.
demonetized.
You're right.
We can't
Yeah,
say
don't
the
actually.
name of it because we'll get demonetized because of
Yeah,
all the
but you
money.
know what we're talking
It's
about.
because of all the money we get off these
Yeah.
videos.
I mean, you can't see, but we're actually living in a swimming pool, which is inside a mansion, which is inside
Yes.
an even larger swimming pool. That's how rich we are,
Yeah.
which is on a rocket ship. So yeah,
And we're not. It's all virtual reality because that's.
yeah, it's not even real. That's how
Yeah,
rich
that's
we
how
are.
rich we are. We can. We're actually just in our parents' basements.
Yeah,
On like an Oculus Rift. Okay, let's stop talking about being mental and get
well,
back to it.
The Oculus Rift is in VR as well. It's just in imagination. That's how amazing it is.
Yes.
I bought an entire imagination.
Yeah. This is mental. Right, let's get back to it. I think we should start off with what I think is a banging game, which is
Don't say banging.
banging in it, fam.
You're not cool enough to say
I'm
banging.
super cool. What do you mean? I'm making a podcast. Portal 2. Portal 2 is made by Valve, who made Steam. Whoever did that is crazy rich. Did they make Dota 2 or League of Legends? It's Dota 2.
I don't know, but they're still crazy rich.
They did Team Fortress 2. They've done amazing games. They did Portal. Portal 2 is just a longer version of Portal with a multiplayer mode. That is why I didn't buy Portal. I only got Portal 2. Portal 2 is amazing. Billy, give me your preferences or your opinions.
I'll give you my opinion. So, Portal 2. I have not played that much of it, but I have played a bit of it. And from what I have played, it seems to be incredibly, incredibly fun. The only reason why I haven't played that much of it is mostly because it takes up like 15 gigs of storage space, and because my file management is absolutely abysmal, I end up running out of space, and then I have to uninstall it.
Right.
So, yeah.
It's a
but
good
it's
game.
an amazingly fun game. It's
Great
really
concept.
so,
Great concept.
Yeah, great concept. I'd probably say A tier, maybe.
Yeah. I'm gonna put it in let me talk about it and then we'll say about it. So
yeah.
I'll tell you my experience of the game. Our family was a Xbox 360 family.
I'm only one of those families.
Yeah, exactly. But big sad. This was a game I learned how to do dual trigger controls, which it's quite a special. I think like I played so many games that you need dual. Like if you think about it, your brain doesn't work like that at all. So teaching your brain to use two triggers to move a character in their head is quite clever. It's fun to do. I remember that distinctly. I used to play it with my brother and my dad, and it is to this day one of the only games I have fully completed the campaign on. The two-player mode is extensively thought out. Every little bit is perfect. There's no small errors. It is polished beyond repair. It's so well made.
Unbelief, you mean?
You're beyond repair. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, they
beyond,
polished it so much the entire game fell apart.
Yeah. Okay, I did mean beyond belief, not really. I can't say it. It is a good game. And for that reason, I'd give it an A. Yes, agreed.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Okay, you get to pick the next game. What is it going to be?
What is it going to be? I'm going to pick Super Hot. Is that Super Hot VR and Super Hot Command 1? Shall we say?
Yeah. Okay. So
yeah. I think one game we should have done. We should have done Halo Reach.
No, I've never played Halo. Nah. We could add that at the end. That could be a special. We could be bonus bonus section for the hardcore viewers.
We'll call it bonus. It's not at all because we forgot.
Right,
but yeah,
Super Hot. I played VR at yours. VR. Which was amazing. My favourite of all the VR games I played, mainly because I get motion sickness.
Yeah, he gets really motion sick.
I get very super motion sick.
So I like to push him over as well when he's playing VR.
He throws things at me as well. Anyway, listen.
I threw a pillow at you once, and then that makes it sound like I'm just stoning you. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, great. Sure he
yeah.
does. God save me. Um,
I do. He doesn't. Just.
why are we whispering on Discord? Anyway, Super Hot. Let's get back to it. Super
Yeah.
Hot is a great game. VR, you don't have to move around. You just shoot from the area you're in, which is so nice for me because I get super VR sick. I recently purchased Super Hot Not VR and played through the game. It is again a very polished game. I love the gameplay. It
Yeah.
is up there with Clone Drone on how it feels to play. Obviously, the mechanic
Definitely.
is amazing, and the only problem, literally the only problem with it, is the campaign's too short. I love the
Yeah,
campaign.
that's pretty much it. It's just it's got something good, but the campaign's not low enough. But
It's
there is
just
an endless mode, so they have got that
yeah,
in.
it's good.
Yeah, I
So your opinion, Billy? I know you have
my
played a lot of this game, a lot, a
let's
lot.
see. Well, let's see how much I've played.
Yeah,
So
go on
on
then.
regular Super Hot, I've played 73 hours, and on Super Hot VR, I've played 16 hours. Right. So basically, the main premise of Super Hot that makes it different from pretty much all other games is that time in the game only moves when you move or do something. So the entire game, you'll mostly play it as if it were in slow motion. But if we're moving quickly and erratically, it'll be quite sped up to the point where it's like regular life or even slightly faster. Um, and the the story behind Superhot is actually really good. So it's got
Oh,
both a
don't
great
spoil it too
gameplay
much. Don't spoil it too
and a
much.
great story. I'm saying it's a great story.
Okay, okay,
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
spoiling the
You're spoiling
story.
it. You've destroyed it for everyone else to
Yeah,
play.
I'm talking about the dragon at the end. It's not dragon at the end. Uh, Basically, Superhot. It's got an amazing story. It's got loads of secret areas, which I will not spoil, and it is in general really good and one that's ever been done before or has been done since. It's just
Yeah, I think one of the main things about
it's
Superhot is one of the coolest features is that at the end it will show you what you're doing in real time, which makes you seem really cool. Because you get in games
oh
like
yeah,
Call of Duty, CS:GO, Modern Warfare. I think that's a Call of Duty game. I don't know really.
that's Call of Duty
Yeah,
game,
yeah, I
yeah.
thought it was. Yeah, Overwatch. All of these games have built-in auto aim, and I know when it says turn off auto aim in the options, you can turn it off. It doesn't turn it off. That's a lie. In this
Doesn't turn it
game,
off.
auto aim is turned off, and it makes you realize in all these other games how much it helps you, because even when there's only two other people and you're in like slow motion, it's sometimes really hard to get past them, and you really have to think it through, and it makes you think how much help other games give you. And then when you think about Superhot, it brings you back to how great Superhot is, because it lets you get the real experience of what a video game would be like if it was more like the actual mechanics of real life. Does that
Yeah,
make sense?
yeah,
A
pretty much. I mean, yeah,
A
A,
tier.
I'd say.
Cool, cool.
I just I really love the.
Waffle alert.
I yeah, waffle. Here we go. I just love it at the end where it shows you. I mean, you already brushed upon this, but it's just how it really does make you feel that you're some kind of super ninja.
Yeah, no, yeah,
Yeah,
that's probably a better way of putting it. Yeah, it does make you feel awesome. Right, I'm choosing
yeah.
the next game. We've done a few games that we've really liked. I am going to choose on a game which I liked but not quite as much. Forza Horizon 4. That says I played 3, but just Forza games in general. Have you played any Forza games, Billy?
I have not.
Have you
So I
played
have.
any Gran Turismo games? Because they're very
I
similar.
have also not played any Gran Turismo games.
Okay, I will give the main review on this. Oh,
So
okay,
I'm
but
very
yeah, give.
qualified to.
No, you've got. What do you think about racing games? You can have a quick go.
So racing games. So I've only played one game extensively that was sort of racing-ish,
And
apart from
what's
Mario Kart.
that?
Well, that should be taken for granted. That's BeamNG.Drive. So
Yeah,
that
so
one
I
was
wouldn't
actually
call
quite
that a
fun
racing
doing that.
game. Obviously we'll touch on
Yeah,
that later. I'd call that a simulation game personally.
yeah, so would I actually. So I haven't really played any racing games, but
What do you
I've
think of
never
the
really been able to
premise?
get into them because wait, what'd you say?
What do you think of the premise of the game? Like,
Ah,
because you
the
know
premise
how
of racing games.
like they're obviously not realistic.
Yeah, but the reason I haven't been able to really get into them
Yes.
is mostly because I prefer games that are more either sandboxy, that have really
Actually,
good gameplay, or that are simulation
So I am going to
And-
interject on this. Forza Horizon is sandbox. You can go anywhere you want.
Really?
It is.
Can you?
Yeah. So Forza Horizon, you go anywhere you want. I've got some comments on. Sorry if I cut you off. If you want to say more, you can.
Oh, no, it's fine. I was waffling.
Yeah, I
was
thought you were a
pointing
bit. I was trying to save you there.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have played lots of Forza games. I played Forza 3 and I played Forza Horizon 3, which is cool. Forza 3, loved it. It wasn't sandbox. You just played level after level, and you'd upgrade your car and you get a bit and bit better. And I thought back then they were more like slightly more simulation. Obviously, they were nowhere near an actual simulation, but they were more simulation. You'd have to like brake properly at the corners. You'd have to think it through. You'd have to think about traction. I think as they've progressed, the target audience has got younger. I think a large target audience for Forza is people like kids that want cars. So
I mean, really.
So I think. Right. Okay. So I think the mechanic. Okay. So I think the target audience is younger. It's because the younger kids can't get cars, so they can't drive, so they want to drive in video games, so they get this game. And I think as times progress, the target audience has got younger. So now I reckon it's 7 to 12-year-olds maybe 7 to 14-year-olds. And I think that has made the gameplay a lot easier. Everything's easy. You can't die. I play Forza Horizon 3 and it's so easy. There's literally no challenge.
I mean, this probably isn't a great thing to say on a podcast, but when I think of the target audience of Forza games, I just picture an 8-year-old called Tommy, who wears a football shirt,
a flat cap,
has like a buzz cut, only eats chips, and
an American.
instead of saying the word cool, right? Instead of going, oh, that's cool, he goes, oh, that's cool, or something like that.
Billy, you've just exposed your terrible chav accent on podcast. Well done. No. For that reason,
it's not a terrible chav
Forza's
accent.
in D, Forza Horizon's in D, Forza games. Right, next one. Billy, you can choose actually. Go on.
Right, okay.
You've got selection.
So I'm going to select Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator.
Here is UEBS. This is another game on Steam that is lesser known. It's slightly more known than Clone Drone in the Danger Zone. It is a simulation game and it is amazing fun.
It is amazing fun. So whenever my friend comes around my house, which he doesn't do anymore,
bit rude. Because of the corona.
Because of the thing we can't say, and also because he just doesn't really like me that much anymore.
Yeah, that's true. It's just to do
podcasts. We play.
You can say my name. I don't mind.
Yeah, Ruben. That's his name.
Exposed.
Go Robert's house.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that.
I think 90% of the audience are living in my house at the moment.
When we upload this, I'm just going to put his address in the comments.
Yeah.
But basically, whenever he comes over, we often just sit down and we create armies in this game and we have them fight each other.
Yeah, it's great. And then you can bet on it.
Yeah. I mean, we don't actually
not bet like dares or forfeits.
Oh yeah.
Which is always fun. It's super open. I don't want to waffle too much on it because it is what it says on the box. You put two armies together, they fight. It's super hard on your CPU. If you don't have a good computer, it's less viable, and it is a little bit janky. I'm going to put it in B tier. What do you think?
I'd say B tier, yeah.
B.
They're up there tier.
Are they?
It has potential, yeah, but it has potential.
Right, so another game that I didn't put on this list called Tabs is Totally Accurate Battle Simulator.
Oh, that one, yeah,
that's a little bit better because they have a really good campaign which limits the amount of people you can use, which would be good in UEBS because sometimes you get overwhelmed by how many people you can use, and it seems like it would be the same if you use 1v1 as 100,000 versus 100,000. It sort of get.
Yeah, well, with UEBS, there's not really any. I'm not sure if it might be 250,000. I think that's the troop limit, but
that is a good thing.
If you go up that high, you're just going to break your computer, really, aren't you?
Yeah. Okay.
And you can add. Okay,
too bad. You've been destroyed by me. That sounds weird. Don't take that out of context. Don't clip that. Next game I get to choose. You chose UBS. I am going to choose Fortnite.
Oh no,
Oh
here we
no,
go.
I know he said it. Now
The
I know
ghost
a
of
lot.
Danny P haunts us.
I think
Um,
a problem with these big mainstream games is everyone loves them for a bit, and then they go out and then they sort of have a hardcore like fan base. So for Minecraft, for example, Minecraft was big for ages, and then it sort of went out, as Billy said, from 1.9 to 1.12, which was sort of like 2012 2016 sort of thing.
Not about no,
No, sorry,
it was
but
like
later on, sorry.
2016 to 2018.
Okay, I could got those dates completely wrong. But it went out of fashion, and if you were seen to play Minecraft, you were a nerd. Well, most of these games were a nerd, but I mean, you were like,
Yeah.
it was really uncool. And I think the same has happened to Fortnite, even though, dare I say it on the internet, it's an objectively quite good game. The
It
idea,
is quite good, isn't
it's
it?
good.
I mean,
And when I used to play it, one of the big advantages, I used to love this. This was the game when school was rubbish. I'd come home, I'd get on my computer and I'd play it with my friends, which was amazing. This was that game. Minecraft's that game for me now, but this is the game I used to play, and I used to play it a lot, and it was really good fun. And I think we should review this one quickly because everyone's clicking off at this point.
I know, yeah, everyone's just going now.
But I'm gonna put it in B because no, B.
Yeah.
It's a good game. They've made it a bit complicated in recent years. I think we should leave it at that before we get.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of want to put it in A tier, but if we do that, then
Yeah, exactly. We get
we
destroyed.
just can't put it in.
Actually, screw it. It's our list.
Yeah, it's our list.
It's our
you
list.
can bugger off, you.
Oh look,
other
now
people.
you've done it. We've demonetized.
That's not a swear word.
Sort of is. Do you know what it means? Okay, let's not go into that.
Yeah.
Next game. You get to pick. What do you want?
I want to pick Terraria.
Terraria.
It
literally says Terraria.
No, it's Terraria.
Fine.
I don't care what. I don't care what
it's not
it
TA, is it? It's TE.
Terraria.
Terraria.
No.
Okay, Terraria.
There we go. Yeah.
Go get the.
This guy, I mean, he just
Right,
doesn't
eat
understand.
crumpets and play croquet. Shout out, Mr. Boss.
I don't play croquet. I play horse polo. I'll have you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so Terraria. I mean, a lot of people call it 2D
I've never
Minecraft,
played this.
but
Yeah.
that's just not really what it is. It's an incredibly complex game with incredibly simple beginnings. There's just so much content being packed into Terraria, and it's still being updated. And it's just, although it's probably gonna stop.
Yeah,
updating.
I haven't played much Terraria.
I've played so much. That's
I know
many
you
hours I've
have.
played.
But one
I've
thing I'd say about it,
591 hours.
yeah, that's too many.
That's too many.
One thing I've seen about it, and as an outsider, I do see it as a 2D Minecraft, and I know it's not, but I still don't play it because of that reason, which I think to put it in a bad shadow. I think it's crawling out of that
I
recently.
think that puts you in a bad shadow, but
Yeah, no, I think a lot of people think that. So where do you want to put it? A. Is it A?
yeah,
Is it? I haven't played it.
I'd say. I mean,
Is it B?
put it either A or S, really. I mean,
Okay, we'll put it in A. Because I haven't played it. It's supposed to be good. Right, 8 is filling up. We might have to move this one down.
Yeah, we might.
We might have to.
Yeah, we might have to kick Fortnite out.
I feel sorry for FIFA. I mean, it's F for FIFA.
Yeah, FIFA. There's not even anything in E tier.
Yeah, that's
FIFA.
what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Right, my choice. Papers, Please. Right, this studio, I can't remember the name of. What are they called? I can't remember. They
Let's
have
see.
made Papers, Please and Return of the Obra Dinn. Two of the best, if I dare say, the best 8-bit games on the market. They are amazing. They give such a sense for a game with such limited graphics. Papers, Please gives the best story. It gives the best connection to characters. It makes you feel bad a lot of the time.
Yeah, I mean,
and I'm
like,
sorry, it's the best soundtrack as well. Wait, I'm gonna put the soundtrack over it in the podcast so you'll hear it.
Yeah.
Doom, doom, doom. It's amazing. It's quite scary as well. Like how you have to like choose between your family and like letting like terrorists into the country.
I think it's more like choose between your family and letting not deporting domestic abuse victims and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I'm not sure it's
awful.
such a tough decision.
Yeah.
Should I kill my family or should I let terrorists?
For an example of this, for the people that haven't played Papers, Please, you are a border control officer, and you have to look at people's passports and their credentials and see if you're allowed to let them into aristocracy. I can't say it.
Our stocks.
Yeah, exactly. It's
yeah,
supposed to be Russian, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Our
And
stocks.
you have to make moral decisions on whether to let people in. They could bribe you, and you have to make the decision if you should take that bribe and save your family, give your family food, give your family feet, heat.
Yeah.
Or you don't let
Honey,
them
I'm
in
home.
and
I
your
just
family
picked up some
dies.
new feet at the market.
Yeah, we need more feet.
Yeah.
Right, it is an amazing game. Have you got anything else to say on the subject of Papers, Please?
I have. Look out for. There's this really weird guy. I won't spoil him, but
Oh yeah, it's really funny as well. Yeah,
it's super. I think it's called Georgie.
no,
Yeah.
yeah, something like that. He's so funny.
Yeah.
He comes up to you with the obviously fake passports, and basically, I'll tell you what happens for people. Okay, if you don't want spoilers, mute it now. Skip this bit.
Yeah.
But he comes up to you with this obviously fake passport.
But guys, this is the bit where I'm going to reveal Rue's location.
Yeah,
so
no, not my postcode. But he comes. So this guy, was he called Georgie? I don't think he is. I don't think he is.
Yeah, no, he is. I just checked.
Okay, Georgie. He comes up to you with this obviously fake passport, and you're like, no. And then he keeps coming back with slightly more and more credential passports, but you keep saying no, no, no. And then one time he'll come, and 99% of the people will just say no instantly because they see him. And he's actually allowed through, so you get told off. Anyway, for that reason, I think I want more A. Right, how about this? We'll just make a quick space.
Yeah, just dump Fortnite down.
Make a bit of space for it.
I'm not sure how reviewing works. If we should just dump Fortnite down because all the other games are also good.
No, I think now it fills up. And Papers, Please is definitely better than Fortnite.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, your turn.
Right, my turn. I'm going to pick Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion.
Elder Scrolls. So we have talked about Elder Scrolls 3, Elder Scrolls 5, and now
and this
Oblivion,
is the Elder Scrolls
4.
So we've done it in order, you see.
Yeah, perfect order. 3, 5, 4.
Yeah.
How you count? It's what's not going to school's done.
Full disclosure, I have not played Oblivion that much.
No,
I've played.
Let's see. No Oblivion.
I have played of Oblivion. I've played Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. I've played 3 hours of Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, which is not very much, because I really want to play it because while some of the gameplay is questionable and some of the game mechanics are just downright bad in some scenarios, the quests are brilliant. They're probably the best of any Elder Scrolls game, and the modding scene for it's really good as well.
Yeah.
To the point where with mods you can just get rid of all the terrible game mechanics, which aren't that bad. It's basically stuff like having to sleep in a bed to level up, or how all game characters level with you.
Yeah.
And if that was removed, it would be amazing, and it is amazing. And with really simple mods, you can do that.
I think the problem with Oblivion is, although it is obviously an amazing game, it's made by the people that make Elder Scrolls, who I can't remember who they're called.
Bethesda.
Okay, whatever, Bethesda. Oh yeah, because I remember. It's a bit of a lost game, isn't it? Everyone talks about Morrowind and Skyrim.
Yeah,
and
but Oblivion's
a bit lost, and for the reason it's lost is probably because everyone thinks it's slightly worse. Even though you said you can patch everything and you can do things through mods, for a game that's a AAA game, or maybe AA, it should have that as base. It should already have that.
That being said, though, I know I just made it sound like it's not as good as Skyrim or Morrowind. It is. Like,
should we put it on B then?
I mean, it deserves to be on A tier. If I have a look at the reviews on Steam for a second, which I know we're supposed to be reviewing.
Right, I'm putting it in B tier at the moment. You can't. Don't look at reviews on Steam. That's cheating. We have to review it ourselves.
Actually, you're right. Yeah.
Don't cheat. I'm gonna put it in B because I don't hear about it as much. It's not a meme. Morrowind is obviously.
Is that your criteria?
Yeah, it's subjective. I get to choose. It's my podcast. I get to choose.
Yeah, but it's my game. I picked. So yeah.
That's true. You did pick that one.
Yeah.
Okay, but it is my pick now. SimCity. Have you played any? Okay, this isn't going to be just SimCity. This is going to be SimCity, City Skylines. There's another big one. Yeah, so we're including that. It's a city building game. SimCity objectively is probably the biggest. In recent years, they've been a lot less open world. They've given you a small patch where you can build your city, which condenses it, makes you think harder. But a lot of the community thinks it's worse. What is your opinion on giving the player less freedom for them to think more tactically?
Well, I want to say something pretentious, but to be quite frankly honest with you, it is just kind of worse, though, isn't it? I mean, I'm alright with games like City Skylines, which give you a limited plot to begin with. That's still massive, but then allow you to purchase more and more. But I mean, if they just give you a small amount of space and don't allow you to expand, or at least make it prohibitively expensive for you to do so, and you start off with a tiny amount of space, at that point, it just kind of stops being fun and starts just getting slightly annoying.
Yes,
I mean, that's the
I
thing, really.
agree.
I mean,
I agree. I think you get to the point in the game where you've used all your resources, and especially, obviously, it sort of ruins some parts of the game, such as mining or trying to get oil, because obviously that runs out on your plot, and that's it. And if your town's built off oil, it's run out. You run out of oil. You can't move somewhere. You can't move your town or get it from another place as easily because that's your export. I think, but I don't think. But on the other end of the scale, it's years and years of little bits of upgrade and little bits of code added onto code to make this smooth, effortless game that lets you tweak every little part of it, and it is an amazing game.
yeah.
I'll tell you the biggest downside is on Origin, and for that reason, we're putting you in C.
That is basically F tier if it's Origin.
Yeah, Origin. I don't know. I want to put Origin pulls it down to F, but should we put it in? No, I like it too much. It's C. Origin pulled it down a tier because no one.
But also, actually, that's all city building games as well. So it gets boosted by that.
Yeah. Okay. That's why it's C. C's fine. C's fine. I think C's about right for it.
Yeah, C's about fine. And it's definitely not because we're running out of space on B.
No. It's nothing to do with that. Right. It's your choice. 5 games left, or 6 if you can count. So.
Right. Okay. So 5 games and possibly 6 if I can count.
Yes.
So, I'm gonna go with Beam. I can't read 2 of them. So
you can't read any of them now.
I can't read any of them now.
You can actually see my preferences for games up here.
I can, yeah, but I can't actually see the games that's supposed to be reviewed.
Yeah. Whatever. So we've got Pokemon Red, we have got Overwatch, we've got Mario Kart Wii, we've got BeamNG.Drive, we've got Super Smash Bros. We're just reviewing the whole series of Super Smash Bros. And we've got Getting Over It.
I'm going to go with BeamNG.Drive because it's the only game out of those I've played apart from Overwatch and Mario Kart.
Mario Kart.
So
you haven't played much Pokemon, do you?
So I've played half of those games.
And you have played Getting Over It. You've played.
Yeah, so I've actually played the vast majority of those. And Super Smash. Yeah, I've played.
You think you've played all of them? You
I
must
think
have
I've played all of them.
Have you played Pokemon?
Yeah. I probably played it for like a second. I've never played Pokemon.
Okay. Right, BeamNG.Drive. I love this game. You got me into it. It's the best simulation car game out there, I would say.
Yeah.
What is your opinion?
Well, I love it because while it's definitely not the most user friendly game, like the interface is pretty annoying to use and it can be pretty hard to access.
Yes,
once you learn how to do it,
especially on controller.
Oh god, yeah, controls. But by the way, just gonna interject here. Rue actually owns a controller for PC gaming, so just
I've got 3 controllers. Yeah.
Oh, 3 controllers worse.
Yeah. It's good, isn't it? Anyway,
I have a controller, but it's an N64.
Back to the subject.
So I'm allowed to have that. Right, back to the subject.
N64. It's not even a real one, though, is it? It's a rip-off.
Yeah, no, it's a knockoff one.
Oh, that's so bad. Give Nintendo your money. Nintendo's amazing.
They don't allow you to plug in controllers to PC. I have
Don't they?
Besides, I already have.
I'm pretty sure they've got an extension for PC.
Oh yeah.
Who cares? Okay.
Mentioned. Right, back onto topic. BeamNG.Drive, the physics in it is just brilliant. When you crash a car, it really does feel like you're crashing a car. I don't have any I don't have any.
But what's quite fun about it is it's in lots of other racing games when you crash your car, you're like, oh, that sucks. In this game, pretty much 90% of the time is trying to crash your car in the most amazing way possible.
And the maps are amazing. There's like massive loop-de-loops all over the place. You just the
it's
physics
so free
is
as
how
well.
It actually works. So you genuinely could do that with a real car. You shouldn't, but you could.
I think one downside to it, which is obvious for any good simulation game, is you do need a good computer. You're not going to play this on your mum's laptop. It's not going to happen. It's it's
Yeah.
it's it is heavily graphics. Other than that, I'd say it's a good game. You're right, the interface is a bit sketchy. They're always working on it, always getting new maps, always fixing bugs. The modding community is amazing. I would put that in A tier.
Yeah. I mean, I love your reviewing skills here, by the way. Though, I mean, it's heavily graphics. Yes, I would agree.
And it needs a good graphics card, heavy
The game's heavily graphics. Yes, that's
it
reviews
has
will
heavy
hardly
graphics.
say.
Right, okay.
No, it's heavily graphics.
Shut up. It is my turn to review. We have got 5 left, and it is 5 this time.
Yeah, it
I
is.
counted it right this time. I'm going to go for Mario Kart Wii.
Oh, that's amazing.
An
It's
amazing
better
game.
going S.
I think our generation was brought up on Mario Kart Wii.
Yeah.
You went round anyone's house, they had a Wii.
Yeah, I mean, my family owned 4 Wiis at one point.
That is a bit insane.
ridiculous.
Well, Wii's,
Yeah.
I think, if you go to places like CEX or SEX, which is it's called, for rather lewd, isn't it? Anyway, you can get a Nintendo Wii with a controller for £19. That is a lot of technology and a lot of good fun hours on games for £19. I know you can get emulators. That is another way of doing it. But at the end of the day, it's an amazing game. I'd say it's the best Mario Kart game. That's super subjective.
Nah, it's objective. It is.
Loads of people like Double Dash, and I think the best.
Well, then they're wrong and they're stupid.
I think I think a lot of Nintendo games, everyone thinks the best Nintendo game is the one they were brought up with. We were brought up with Mario Kart.
I was brought up on.
I'm gonna have.
Mario Kart.
I feel like
my parents didn't even parent me. They just threw a Wii at me.
Yeah. To be fair, that's so chill. Do you think
I'm kidding, but
S tier?
Yeah, S tier.
S tier game. S tier gameplay. Fun to do. One downside was the internet side of it. It did not do well online, but I forgive the Wii as that gaming scene was only just getting big on consoles.
Yeah, split screen Mario Kart. That you can never go wrong with.
No, when I have friends over now, if I have a group of friends, if literally I will still play. We got a Wii U, by the way. That's a dead console. We should review consoles at some point.
Ruth thinks he's all that because he has a Wii U. He's one of those fans that Wii U.
Anyway, even when I have my friends over, and we'll play Mario Kart just because it's just still a good game.
Yeah, I know. It's just really good.
Moving on, there are 4 competitors left. Which one are you going to choose?
Right, so I'm gonna go with Overwatch because that's the only one I've extensively played out of this.
Overwatch. Wait, let me just.
Yeah.
So,
or as the cool kids would say, Underwatch.
Overwatch is a good game. We played this together.
Yep.
You give your opinions on it.
I'll give my opinions on Overwatch. I'll give them to you. You can have them for free. Basically, it's a game that's constantly evolving. It's an incredibly fun game that I remember a few years ago, especially after I think PUBG came out. A lot of Battle Royale / Overwatch type games came out, and Overwatch was the only one of them to actually be any good.
People playing TF2 are gonna slaughter you, mate.
Yeah, no, but TF2 is not that good.
You're dead.
Yeah, I know. I said it again. I just burned me at the stake already. Basically, the gameplay is just brilliantly good. Now, some of the heroes in the game, such as Soldier 76 and Symmetra, are broken. And Moira, don't Moira, don't get me started on Moira.
They are broken, and I think that Overwatch should do things to balance that out a bit. I think one of the problems is if you are like really good at the game, it's less broken. But if you're a new player and you pick Moira, you're gonna win because you're in a lobby full of noobs. They don't know what to do. You have auto aim. You're gonna win. One of the problems with Overwatch is not the game itself. I would say it's its community. It is the most toxic community literally anywhere on the everyone hates everyone. Like you'll get into a game and your teammate will be like calling you like an idiot and a lot worse than that. But they will be
no, they keep it surprisingly clean. It's all,
super clean.
Idiot.
Super clean. Yeah. But it is
You smell
partially.
like poo.
I think like the game obviously it's polished. It's definitely it's Blizzard. Their games are always polished. Right, we don't get, but because I don't know A or B.
I'd say
B.
I'd say B. Yeah, definitely not because going out of space. No, it's
Yeah,
not.
no, it's
Not.
B. It's B. B and
Yeah, it's
G's
B.
already cut off. It's B.
Yeah.
Right, my choice. I'm going with Pokemon. Poke them on.
Right.
Wait a
Pokemon.
second. Oh, you've ruined my podcast. Oh, Mum. It's not live, don't worry. I'm just going to cut this bit out.
All I heard was a cat meowing, and you going, "Oh,
Thanks, Mum.
Mum."
Thanks, Mum. Can you shut the door properly? I have to cut this out. I might leave it in just because it's quite funny. Okay. That's going to... Okay, I choose Pokemon Red.
I choose you, Pokemon Red.
Okay,
Mine.
Pokemon Red is the first game in the Pokemon series on handheld consoles. It came out in 1997 and it is an amazing game. I played it quite a lot. My mother had a Game Boy, what did she have? A Game Boy Pocket, and she played on it a lot. And all of the Pokemon games have been fun to play. That said, they are very simple, they are very repetitive, and if you don't nerd up on them, as in go onto the wikis, look it up online, they can stagnate very quickly, and you can play a game within 3 hours. So I would say, Billy, are you going to give it a review? Do you know anything about Pokemon? They've got a good fan base actually. I like the fan base.
I'm going to give it a massively long and extensive review, even though I know literally nothing about Pokemon.
No, you do a small review. Go.
Yeah. So Pokemon, I've only played the one that everyone knows about. I played Pokemon Go.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you got spin-offs. Okay, we're going for a Pokemon Go. Okay, cool. That's fine. That's fine.
So Pokemon Go.
It's fine. It's not what we're talking about, but it's fine. Just randomly say it.
Yeah, I might as well just derail it.
It's not
about
like
train, shall
it's
we?
not like you managed to pick one of the only Pokemon games that isn't in the main series. Good job. Are we going to go on to Are we going to go on to like Pokemon Stadium? Oh, what was that game?
I don't know what.
No, you know right. Pokemon Go. What do you think about? I'm going to rate this as B because they're great fun games.
Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
Go on. Talk about Pokemon Go. You can...
Okay, you've been demoted. Next game.
Okay.
No. Next game. No. No one wants to hear about it. It's not even on our tier list. We can't waffle. This is already too long a video.
Yeah, it's already too long. Podcast.
This is going to be over an hour of podcast. So.
Oh, yeah.
No one's going to get here anyway.
Yeah. I think most people turned off around Fortnite. So if you're still listening to this,
that's true. If they turned off out of Fortnite, I'd be happy. That's like 20 minutes in.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, you can talk about Pokemon Go because no one's going to be here anyway. Go.
Okay, right. So Pokemon Go is a fun game.
I've got a challenge for you. Next game we talk.
Remember that summer where everyone just played Pokemon Go?
I do, because I was playing.
Yeah, it was amazing. We my family and I we went out on Pokewalk all the time.
I did that. I did Pokewalks. Yes.
Yeah, I met you on a couple of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we went on holiday that year to Spain, and we just played it in Malaga all the time as well. It was amazing. I just loved it.
It's a good way of getting out of the house as well.
Yeah.
On holiday, you sort of feel like when you go somewhere on holiday. I don't know if this is just me, but you feel like you deserve a holiday, so you feel like you should stay inside more. But then outside's awesome as well. So I think it's a great compromise of being outside and sort of still not.
Yeah, still not interacting with the world.
Exactly, perfect.
Yeah,
okay, that's your
people,
precise view on Pokemon Go, which wasn't on the list, so we can't grade it. I would put it in B tier because it's so dead now.
Yeah.
Okay, you've got the second to last choice, penultimate. I get the last one because I'm so great. Go, choose it. You've got Smash Bros or Getting Over.
I have played
both of them.
Neither of these games extensively.
Yeah.
But I've played Getting Over it slightly more recently. So I'm going to talk about that.
I played that with you.
So basically, I went over to Rue's house just before lockdown started, and I played it then. And I was really good at it. I actually beat the entire game in about 3
Billy
minutes.
was so terrible at it. He didn't get anywhere. Basically, for people that don't know what
I did get somewhere. You got to, like near the end of the level. Back really far.
Yeah. Okay. Basically, for people who don't know what Getting Over it is a climbing game in the style of an arcade game, which you use a man in a cauldron with a sledgehammer to get up a hill, and that's why it's called Getting Over it. You have to go over the hill. It is infuriatingly hard. There is a pretentious, annoying commentator that when you fall down will give you a quote from some pretentious philosopher about how
Yep.
failing's the best thing for you, and you can legally throw your controller at the TV and then sue the company. I've heard, yeah.
That's fair.
Would you say
Or
that's
better yet, throw the controller at one of your family members and sue them
yeah?
for standing
It
away
is
the
the most
controller.
ragey game, but also one of the best games. For that
Yeah.
reason, I beat it. You can go over
Yep.
Fortnite. There you go. I don't want it touching Fortnite. I can't tarnish it. There you go.
Yeah.
We have got the last game. I think
Okay,
I'm
I'm gonna
going
choose.
to.
I'm gonna choose. Wait. You told me I had the penultimate choice, but actually, I had the last choice, didn't I?
No, I got the last choice. This is mine. Oh,
Yeah,
I
no,
guess. Oh,
but
you got the last choice. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I
yeah,
see. What you mean. I get the last pick. I
yeah. I
pick
don't know.
Super Smash
I got to
Bros.
pick both these games. I got to pick by default which one
Right,
would be the
Super
last.
Smash Bros. New game Ultimate's come out. That's on the Switch. You have got Melee. You got Brawl. I think it goes. I'm gonna miss one out. I think. No, I'm not. It goes the original, which was on N64. Then you've got Melee, which was on the GameCube. You've got Brawl, which was on the Wii. You've got Wii U or 4, which was on the Wii U. And you've got Ultimate, which is on the Switch. So this game has got one big release on every big Nintendo console that has been released since the N64, which is very impressive. Obviously, a series that's gone on like that will be good. It's polished. It's a fun game. The roster's big, especially in Ultimate. And I have been
Don't say roster.
roster. That's what it's called. That's what everyone calls it.
I know it's called roster, but that's just once you say the word roster. But
Yeah.
anyone who's stayed on this since Fortnite,
No one's listening us to like literally
Yeah.
no one. We could say whatever we like at this point.
Yeah,
No one's listening to us at this point. But yes,
because it
it's
relives
good.
at like number 12.
The campaign in Ultimate is amazing. Have you got anything to say on it?
So I've played Super Smash Mobs, which is a Minecraft mini game rip-off.
I've seen that. Wait, maybe I have. Maybe I have. Go on then. Carry on.
so-
This is such a bad review. Why? So I didn't play the game, but I did play a free version
I'm
on
about
the
to say the
terrible.
Minecraft version of it.
Yeah.
Well,
So it's
it was really fun, and I've played
Goodness
like
sake.
2 seconds of Super Smash Bros. And I enjoyed that as well, but I've never really got into it. So my review, please take it with.
I'd put it in S because it's such a polished game. Although I get really ragey, to be fair. So maybe A.
I'm not sure you having an anger problem.
Okay. What would you give it from the small Minecraft version game you play? I think you must.
I'd say S because the Minecraft version is so good. So
It
yeah,
is fun,
S.
and when you spike a player, which is when you hit them off the edge like really quickly, it feels
Yeah.
super good.
Also, not that it's related, but the only other categories that it can reasonably go into, which is A and B tier, or
Yeah,
full up, so we
no,
have to go with S tier, really.
shh.
Yeah, oh, sure, sorry,
It's
yeah.
an S.
That's-
Okay,
just
so
ignore
this
that bit.
was our comprehensive review and tier list of a few games that we like, or in FIFA's case, don't like
Dislike
to play.
vehemently.
As you can see, we like video games a lot. The majority's up here. We're going to see how this goes. If anyone's still listening at this point, well done.
Well done.
Leave a comment saying banana split sundae, so we know you actually have,
Either that or muffin top blueberry. Either is acceptable.
or both.
Or both. But both really? That's what I'm doing.
Right, Billy's waffling. He's been waffling for the whole video. So have I.
Yeah.
We are Billy and Ruben, Intellectual Edicts and UKMapper. Thanks for listening and
Thank you
slash
indeed.
watching, and goodbye.
Goodbye indeed.